I have a Shiki-Sai Eats to the Beat concert series dining package. I think my reservation is at noon. I've dined at this place before, but I don't think I've ever vlogged it and showed you exactly what it looks like. So it's a perfect timing today. I was like, you know what? We're going to kill two birds with one stone, one dining reservation. Second, izakaya is kind of like casual dining in Japan. It's like bar food, Japanese tapas, if you want to call it that, like okonomiyaki, takoyaki, that type of stuff. And they also have sushis and nigiri and rolls and ramen and noodles. So a bunch of restaurants here in EPCOT, they offer this dining package. And so this is just one of them. And this is actually, I think, towards a higher end of the price point. Obviously, the dishes are a little bit more expensive here as well. It's a table service restaurant. So tonight, I can't wait. The reason why I want to get the dining package is that I want to have pretty good seating to see Boyz II Men. They are performing tonight. Today is their first night. So the concert, I think they are performing 3 times a day. So obviously you have to choose your corresponding dining time. So I was lucky enough to be able to snag one just a couple days ago. So that's what's on the agenda today. I've totally forgotten just exactly how long Food and Wine is. I think it lasts until just before Thanksgiving. So, and this thing has been going on for a while, since August. And I'll link the vlog in the description down below for our Remy's Ratatouille scavenger hunt. I have a huge chunk of time between the lunch and the concert, so walk around and see what's new and what's available. And so here we go. I was thinking that there would be a check-in option in the My Disney Experience app, but there isn't. And so we are about 15 minutes until my reservation. So I'm going to hop on over to the restaurant to just give it a shot to see what's going on. Maybe this is one of those things where there is no auto check-in, but you know me, Mecca and I get kind of nervous sometimes whenever there is no check-in option, and sometimes you just never really know if your dining reservation is in the system. It's happened before, so don't call us totally paranoid. Just getting out of the Zen garden, and Shiki-Sai is right up there, literally right next to Japan Pavilion. So we're gonna head on up and check in with a cast member. I don't see any kiosks or anything down here, so okay, we're gonna head up the stairs over here. EPCOT's pretty busy today. I mean, this is November 2nd, and you know, Disney does a really good job turning things around from Halloween to the holiday season. So yesterday, I guess, is the official first day of the holiday season, I suppose. But yeah, everybody's here. Oh, and they have like little gachapons. I think those are recently installed. Okay, well, we're gonna head on in and see what we can do about our dining reservation. On that side is Japan Pavilion, and then on this side they have Shiki-Sai. I really enjoy the murals. They're so whimsical. It's almost like Disney-fied Japanese traditional mural and screens, so it is pretty cute. It's almost like a Princess and the Frog motif. We have the white rabbits and a couple of foxes. Oh, this is super cute. And if you're wondering where the restroom is, it's all the way back. So there is one inside, but it's next to Japan Pavilion. Disney certainly sprinkled a little bit of pixie dust for me. So my concert is at 7:45. That was the original time. So yes, so basically the dining reservations are tied to your concert time. So they have certain slots for 5:45 or 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock. And so, you know, I just went ahead and asked the cast member if there's any way if I can shift my or my concert time a little to the earlier time. That's kind of preferred because, you know, just kind of want to just be able to get done and then be out the door, so it doesn't have to wait for too long in between my lunch and also my concert. So they're able to do that. I obviously I told them that if they can't do it, absolutely no problem, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So they were able to accommodate. So thank you so much, Disney, for making this happen. Yeah, it's for this experience. I guess there is no mobile check-in, so you do have to walk up to the counter, and the cast member took my phone number, so they'll let me know when the reservation or the table is ready. So they'll give me a text or a push notification. So yeah, just hanging out here up on the balcony. It's a really serene area away from the crowd, so it's kind of nice. Well, my table is not quite ready just yet, but I think they have the taiko drummers that are currently performing over by the pagoda here in the Japan Pavilion. So why don't we just be entertained while we are waiting for our table. Ooh, just kidding. I just got a notification that my table is ready, so we're gonna head on in and get seated. Okay, so I just got seated, and it's really nice. They're seating me right by the window, which is really, really nice in this pretty private corner back here. I think the restaurant opens at noon, so they just opened. Anyway, huge, beautiful menu, by the way, and you know, chopsticks and nice little golden paper, and they give you a moist towel, this is great. I love that because when I went to Japan, they always give you that. It's a must-have. Anyways, so it looks like we have the Shiki-Sai prefix menu, and for adults, it's 65. You can choose from the Izakaya Classic, roll, taki, nagiri, and main, and dessert. Wait, hold on. Please choose one item for each category, one of any beverage under 20, excluding spirits. Okay, so I guess you do get an alcoholic beverage, but you can get an alcoholic, like a cocktail or something like sake. Okay, so it looks like we've got your Izakaya classics, just like I mentioned, wagi gyoza. Ooh, that sounds really, really good. Salmon Misoyaki. Ooh, okay. So I think, yeah, let me take a quick look, and I think there's an upcharge, and you can also grab some other menu items if you want to add $40 to your dining. But I think I'm going to just stick with the prefix menu. All right, that's the situation here. The cast member just came back and clarified the fact that the prefix menu is 65. I think this is for the dining credit, Disney dining credit menu, potentially, because I don't really know how that works. So you let me in the comments below how the dining credit works. But for us, it's going to be there's also an alcoholic beverage included, so it's going to be 80 before tax and gratuity, I believe. All right, I'm going to take a quick peek at the menu and then see what it looks like. Wow, I felt like an idiot, so I really had to ask our cast member. So essentially, you have 4 different sections. There is the Izakaya Classic, Ro Temaki, my gosh, nigiri, main, and dessert. So I get to choose one from each item. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 things in total, and a drink. That's not bad. All right, I'm gonna, again, keep on delaying it, making my decision. So we're gonna have to make a decision now. So I took a little while for me to get my decision made. So I have made my choice. I have made my pick. We are going to go with the Salmon Misoyaki as our starter. So kind of like a appetizer, tapa type of situation. And then I went with the snow crab California roll. That is my I guess roll. Temaki? Is that how you say it? And then I went with the classic Okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki is a Japanese pancake. I guess you can call it that, but they have, sometimes they put noodles inside, cabbage, meats. I think this one might be chicken. Yeah, they call it Japanese savory pancake. One of my favorites, a couple years ago, not a couple years ago, a while back, probably close to, yeah, I'm dating myself here, but maybe 5-7 years ago, we went to Osaka, and that is the place where it's known for okonomiyaki, so I love it. And then we have a couple different choices. We have a mango mousse cake, yuzu cheesecake, as well as a mochi ice cream, so I went with the yuzu cheesecake. I'm not a big fan of sweets anyways, so, but Japanese sweets are generally, I guess the level of sweet is something I can tolerate. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah, and then because one alcoholic beverage, if you're of age, is included, minus a spirit. So you under 12, under 20 bucks. So I went with the Toki highball. So I've heard. I don't know if you have seen my vlog when I dined at Geo 82. There is a special carbonation machine that really carbonates the water. So I think there might be. I'm not sure though. There's not that many of those machines here in Florida, and Geo 82's got one of those. And if they have one here at Shiki-Sai, that would be amazing because it is bubbly. Let me tell you, that carbonation is intense. So anyway, they've got some, they have a sake sangria, a lychee martini, Tokyo sunset. They all look really, really good, but I went with the bitter version of the Toki highball. There's also a sweeter version. I think they probably add a little bit more cherry flavors and sweet whiskey into it. So it's okay. I like my alcohol with a little bit of bite. So that's what we're going with, and the food takes a little while to make, and the cast member was very apologetic about it. I'm like, no, that's totally okay. They'll get here in whatever order, however they get here. I'm pretty hungry, so I'm ready to eat. Tabuite. Cheers. Yeah, I don't know if it's as carbonated as the version over there in Geo82, but still very good. All right, here goes nothing. Big old bowl of wasabi. I might regret this later, but I do like my little pickled ginger. It's highly refreshing. Oh, it's actually quite nice. So they've got a little bit of the crunchiness from the cucumber, and the snow crab tastes like snow crab. I'm not a huge seafood person, but is really good. I really enjoy the roe. That little crunchiness sprinkled on top of the rice, it really breaks up the texture. This is very good. Okay, I'm gonna regret this, but sometimes I really do like to just have a little taste of wasabi to kind of clear up your sinus a little bit. Here it comes. Do this at your own risk, I guess. Okay. So that's like 8 pieces of this sushi roll. It's quite a lot of food, actually. Our cast member server, she's from Chiba, Japan, and I was telling her that today I'm wearing my Star Wars Celebration katakana shirt for this purpose. But I think Chiba Prefecture or Chiba City is where Tokyo Disneyland is located. They call it Tokyo Disneyland, but technically the park itself is situated in Chiba. So I think I posted some of my vlog from Japan, but not all of them. So I will definitely commit to working on getting the rest of them posted. Because I think we've had a couple more things that have happened since last time I gave you a little bit of an update on that. So yeah, not too many plans today. It's a beautiful day. November here in Orlando, Florida is just nice and crisp. The humidity has dropped to 0. Today's temperatures between high 50s to high 70s with 0% humidity. This is actually a really great time to come. So if you're thinking about it, November is a good time. Oh my gosh, as I was talking, the cast member just brought my Salmon Misoyaki. It is a solid piece of salmon. So, and it's beautifully presented. I think there's like shiso pepper or something like that. Oh my gosh, this is really good. Okay, I'm going to take a break from my sushi roll, and the salmon just came out of the grill, so we're gonna not waste any time and just dig into this. This is a cute little, whatever this is. I don't know, is it edible? Probably. It's like ginger. Wow. It's really good. It's pickled ginger. Quite tart, but excellent. And it's got a little bit of I think banana leaf, or it came in a little boat. So we're gonna unwrap it like a little present. This is so good. Okay, this comes right off. Oh, that skin is nice and charred. This is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm really impressed. The salmon is perfectly cooked. I mean, it's nice and crunchy on the outside because of the charredness, and then the inside is nice and moist. I hate that word, but when it comes to dishes, I think this is the perfect way to describe it. It is not dry. Some bits are a little bit flakier, and some bits are nice and tender. Oh, this is really good. And they've got this sweet miso sauce and soy sauce on top. Oh, this is so good. I'm really glad I got this. And this little bit of that pickled ginger, it's helping to cut through that sweetness. This is a perfectly balanced dish. It is excellent. So next time you're here, highly recommend the salmon misoyaki. So good. And you know what? I'm gonna dip some of this sushi rice into the sweet sauce. Don't come for me for this, but okay, it's I think 12:30-ish. The restaurant is starting to fill up, so I'm glad that I think I got the first reservation as they were opening. But check this out, my Okonomiyaki is here. This is a pretty big portion size, so I'm starting to get full actually. I didn't think it was gonna be enough food, but the 8 pieces of rolls with that salmon, it's like solid protein. Oh, it's so good. Oh, this is amazing. Ooh, I think I surrendered my chopsticks, so now I'm I gotta use the fork now. No choice. Okay, wow. So this one, I think it's dough and cabbage mixture, and then they have a little bit of that pickled ginger bonito shavings. This is very, very good. I mean, if you're looking for fairly authentic Japanese bar food, Shiki-Sai does very, very, very well. So let's see what else they've got on top. Oh, I love this. The texture is a little bit soft and mushier than your regular pancake. So it's not quite a pancake in my opinion, but it's still very, very good. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay, I am absolutely stuffed. Holy moly. But then, little itty bitty piece of cheesecake. Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't going to be this big, gigantic production. So thank goodness, just a little tiny little slice with a little bit of strawberry and some yuzu sauce and a little bit of whipped cream. Yeah, oh, that was a lot of food. All right, let's see about this little cheesecake here. I really like it. The yuzu gives it a little bit of tanginess, and it's not super sweet. Like I said, Mike's the one in our relationship that's got the sweet tooth. I do not, so I generally don't go for dessert or skip dessert, but since this one is included, might as well, right? So you also have the choice of getting a mango mousse cake and mochi ice cream. I don't know, for some reason I'm eyeing the cheesecake today. Just dip that in the little yuzu gelée a little bit. Yeah, it actually changes the taste profile. That, like I said, the tanginess of the yuzu just adds a little bit of a sparkle to your cheesecake. I really like it. It's nice and light, very fluffy, not like a super dense cheesecake. So yeah, it's a perfect way to end our meal. I still have my little bit of my highball left, so we're gonna finish that up before we head out of here. Right, I guess the Taiko Drummers another set is coming, and yeah, that was a good hour inside of Shiki-Sai, and that's a lot of food. So I'm just going to try to walk around Epcot and work off some of that food. All right, I mean, okay, so here are my initial thoughts, right? So food-wise, Shiki-Sai's food is excellent. I mean, the Okonomiyaki is authentic, obviously. I've only been to Japan a couple of times, but from what I remember, the taste is impeccable. It's really, really, really good. That salmon was so well done, so nicely cooked, and sushi rolls, whatever, it is what it is, and it's not bad, but then as far as kind of like value, I mean, this is a set menu, right? It's a prefix. You have some choices. You get to pick from different options and whatnot, but if you're not a big eater, you probably don't need to go through the whole entire tasting menu, if you will, starting from starters to kind of like your soup stuff and to the main entree all the way to dessert. So, I mean, if you, like, you know, I pretty much picked the highest price point, relatively speaking, of the choices. So at that, if you add them all up, I mean, together, it's probably a bit over the prefix pricing of $80. And keep in mind, that is not accounting for tax and gratuity, so that is added a little bit later. And certainly, I think because I was on a kind of a dining package, the annual pass discount doesn't really hold as well, doesn't really apply. So that's something to think about. So if you're just going to go with non-alcoholic beverages and I think food items, you know, Shiki-Sai does take annual pass holder discounts. So it might end up being maybe less expensive. Overall, it's 10%. So I don't know the math off the top of my head, but yeah, so if you add them up, apply 10%, is it the equivalent of however much I paid? I think overall, plus tip and tax, end up being like around 107-ish, something like that. But you know, they're pricing it at 80, so that is something to think about. And then, but at the same time, it's kind of one of those things where, hey, if you're a big eater, if you like, I'm here in the Morocco Pavilion. I'll tell you why in a minute here. Oh, it's pretty echoey here. But yeah, so if you're gonna get all of the different dishes individually, it might be totally worth it. But food quality-wise, Shiki-Sai is always really good. The service is impeccable. It's really nice. Cast members they have that whole, Japanese hospitality. They have that down pat. So I really enjoyed it. And when I went, it's early in the day, so it wasn't really all that busy. So that really it's a really nice and quiet and peaceful time to have lunch and not have to be in the middle of all the busy stuff in the park. So, all right. Well, I forgot to mention, they do give you and keep this in mind, you will need to show for it. So they give you a little ticket that's got the date and the time stamped on it. If you have the dining package, make sure you have that, because otherwise they're not gonna let you queue up for the reserve areas. So yeah, I guess from that perspective, you do get the guaranteed reserve seating, which is nice. I mean, the American Garden Theater is quite large, so typically you wouldn't necessarily need to have a dining package in order to get seating, but if you don't want to just wait in line, you don't want to deal with that whole situation, it might be worth it to you to consider a dining package, just so that you don't have to wait in line to get in up front. I mean, we've done a dining package before, I think a while back for, I want to say the Candlelight Processional, maybe. So I'll find that video and link that in the description down below. And we've also done other concerts that are not just kind of stand by, you just walk in. But it really just depends on the performer. So tonight we have Boyz II Men. So definitely one of the more popular performances. So that's something to think about. So if it's not as popular of a performer, you probably will get pretty decent seat even if you don't show up 2 hours earlier to stand in line, but because it's Boyz II Men, because they were pretty popular, I would imagine tonight's going to be pretty busy. So yeah, I have, well, it's 1:05, so I have quite a bit of time to burn between now and my concert time. So over here in the Morocco Pavilion, there is I think a Blue Shield lounge where hopefully they're open. So I'm going to see if they are now accepting guests to just take a break, take a rest. So that's where we're headed, and that's why I'm here in the Morocco Pavilion. And really, I after that lunch, I really needed to just get up and walk for a little while, because it was a lot of food, and I pretty much ate everything. And obviously if you include the drink as well, so into the kind of the pricing calculation. So anyway, we are here in Morocco, and yeah, it's actually pretty busy today in the Morocco Pavilion. This place is usually not as busy, but cool. So the Florida Blue Lounge is currently, I don't know if they're at capacity or people are trying to get their tickets or their passes. So I already got mine, so I'll kind of show you once I get inside. This is the Florida Blue Lounge. It is a place where you can sit down and enjoy some air conditioning, and I think they also, they have some activities over here as well. Check that out. All right, I'm gonna go find a corner and then see what they have to offer. Oh yeah, they also have tea, I think tea and water, which is really nice. But today's not that hot, so I don't think we necessarily need to really take a break, but why don't we sit down for a bit and just chat. Yep, and they also, I think they have some type of tea, Moroccan mint tea, some beverages. Ooh, I don't remember them having this little arts and crafts section. So that's kind of nice. Okay, there it is. When it's really, really hot outside, the lounge is really, really good place to cool down. Like I said, Food and Wine Festival lasts for a really long time, all the way from, I want to say, mid-August all the way to end of November. So during the mid-August to September timeframe, when it's like miserably hot, this is a really, really great place to go. It's actually really easy. It's you can find that on my Disney Experience app, and I think I just went there, and then what you can do is you can sign up for a pass. And then I just took a screenshot of it. There's a link you can do. You just enter your first and last name and an email address, and then you just get the pass. So I think I don't know why they do that. It's you don't have to be a member or anything like that. So anyways, so yeah, that's where we are. Although keep in mind, to get the dining package or the reserved seating, there's a couple of different ways. And I told you this morning that there's pretty much every single restaurant here in EPCOT, they offer this dining package experience option, and
You either get like a table service prefix meal, or if you're going to the beer garden or something like that, you get the buffet. I think everything except for Spice World Table, which I think is a little bit different of a kind of a food structure. So let's see. Trying to pull that up really quickly here. Yeah. Ooh, the blue lighting here is fantastic. Okay, so the dining packages, let's see. Yeah, so they pretty much have it everywhere. They have Chef de France, Coral Reef, Garden Grill, La Crêperie de Paris, La Cellier, Nine Dragons, Rose and Crown. Yeah, it's pretty much everywhere. And you just saw the one that's at Shiki-Sai. They also have one at Teppan-Edo as well. So yeah, just pull it up in your My Disney Experience app, and they'll have that. The one where you can't make a reservation for, which is same day dining only, is at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. That place opens, I want to say, around 11:45. So if you want to grab a spot, like a standby for our dining package, you can certainly try that as well. That one tends to be the least expensive. I mean, the other restaurants were averaging around 50 and up. La Cellier goes up to 99, and then Shiki-Sai, before tax and gratuity, you were looking at around 80 per adult. So, but the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, that one is only 36. So it's I think it's the least expensive. Although, so I've heard, rumor has it that there is a free option, which is right here at the Florida Blue Lounge. Apparently, and I don't know if this is confirmed, this could be just, AI telling me incorrect or hallucinated information, but I think if you're one of the 25 individuals first to get here, you get a complimentary pass to go to do the reserve viewing area. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below. I thought I saw that somewhere, but again, today I had the dining package anyway, so I wasn't going to be trying for this, and I think this one opens at noon. So yeah, if you can get a reservation ahead of time, there are a couple different options. The 11:45 opening for the Regal Eagle, that probably is a little bit more guaranteed. Just again, it's a lunch deal. You have to pay for it. Here, I am one. Don't quote me on that. Don't come for me if it doesn't exist. But this could be AI hallucinating, telling me completely incorrect information. So here we are, just taking a quick little breather. Not that I really need it, but I just want to kind of show you this lounge during the Food and Wine Festival. And yeah, okay. So I think we're gonna head on out of here. It's not that busy. Again, I feel like whenever the weather is a lot cooler, this lounge is not as crazy busy, just because people don't necessarily need that reprieve from the hot Florida sun here. All right, so here it is, and I think I might head on to the France Pavilion next. Still digesting, so I feel like I do want to walk around a little bit. Ratatouille, Remy's Ratatouille, is apparently going through a refurb, a change, if you will. So they're changing it from the 3D version to the 2D version. So the 3D version gets a little blurry. Sometimes it gives people motion sickness, but they are changing that. So I believe the ride is shutting down between November 10th and the 13th, and then they're adding a little bit more lighting effects in the queue as well as the ride itself. And then now when that reopens, hopefully on the 14th of November, it no longer needs a pair of 3D glasses. So by the time our vlog releases, I'm pretty sure Ratatouille will become 2D. So we'll have to come back later and check that out. All right, let's enough talking. Let's head on over to Remy's Ratatouille and say goodbye to the 3D version. Alrighty, we're out in the wild again, and we are heading to the France Pavilion. One thing I did forget to mention is that the one thing that it's lacking, at least from my perspective, is just power sockets in the lounge. I try to go there and try to work in the lounge a couple times, but I've had the hardest time trying to find power outlets and stuff like that. So that's a really great place to get some work done. But hey, if your laptop and devices have enough juice, I mean, it's a really great place to sit down and relax and do that. But if it runs out of juice, pretty much not in a good state there. So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right, we are off to France. I think there's a whole little acrobatic little show over there that's in the France Pavilion. Never seen that before. She's doing really well with stacking up the chairs and balancing and trying to drink some wine at the same time. I'm glad that she's living her best life. Oh my goodness, Remy Ratatouille is at a 50-minute wait. So I am hoping that their single rider is open today or will still be open. I honestly think this is one of the best single riders there is. I mean, I've walked on with 27 seconds, no joke. Like it's just there's nobody in front of me. So we'll see. We'll find out if the single rider is open today, and then I'd be very, very curious once the new technology or the 2D technology gets introduced. Would they revert that to just regular standby queue? Hopefully not, but it is very, very busy back here in Remy's France for sure. At least it's nice outside, so it's not super hot and humid. So yeah, the La Crêperie de Paris, they also have a dining package for the Eats to the Beat concert, if you're interested. Oh, my laser eyeballs are telling me that the single rider is open. So, I mean, there's that whole line, and then single rider's over there. So I don't think I want to do that. But for single ridering, you do skip basically the whole entire queue. I mean, if you've done it before, not a big deal. Just single rider if you want to ride it. They are saying that they will be introducing some changes in the queue as well as in the show itself, attraction itself, so I may have to suck it up. Yeah, I think the single rider literally dumps you right in front of the onboarding area, so, all right. I love it. Please keep it. Please keep the single rider. Okay, there's a little bit of wait. It's not that bad. This ride is poised for single rider, so it's gonna be like no wait at all.
Chef Remy is preparing one of his specialties, which I am certain you will enjoy. Remember, food always comes to those who love to cook, but not to those who are late to dinner.
Remy done. That wasn't the fastest single rider lane, but that is still way better than the 50-minute wait. I think I waited about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, which is significantly less than the standby wait. And it was really like when I was getting out, their line is huge and snaked around a couple of times already. So we got to ride Remy with the 3D glasses. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna miss the 3D. If they can make it nice and less like blurry, you know, for ladies with big eyelashes like I do, the 3D glasses are really like jam into it, so that's one of the most unpleasant things that I can deal with. So anyway, you do things for beauty, but yeah, so looking forward to the 2D version. And as per usual, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, is meeting here at France. There she is. Okay, well, speaking of rides that are changing, Remy is not the only one that is changing. That Frozen Ever After in the Norway Pavilion is actually probably going to go through a pretty much more extensive renovation and refurb than Remy over here. They're finally going to bring the fully articulated facial structure, the animatronics, to here rather than replacing them with their rear projections. There's something weird about the rear projections. I mean, some people swear by it. They think that it's much more, I guess, expressive, more programmable. But to me, now that I've seen the version in Hong Kong, which they've got the fully articulated face, it is just way more natural. And sometimes the face and the neck colors just don't exactly match. There's something very, very weird about that. So anyways, I'm looking forward to that. It sounds like they're going to be closing that down sometime, I want to say next year, to replace animatronics. I don't think it's going to be that bad because the figures already exist in Hong Kong, and I think they're opening up Frozen Land in Disneyland Paris, and then I think it's the same exact ride as the one in Hong Kong. So I guess I just have to make a couple of more animatronic figures and just bring them here to Florida and to EPCOT and pop them into Norway, and you're good to go. So most likely not going to be a huge, too big of a renovation. So hopefully we'll get to see that fairly soon. I will link our Frozen experience from Hong Kong in the description down below if you're interested. It is, I mean, if you've seen the fully articulated face, you'll know what I mean. It's way better. All right, I am still quite full. I honestly can't think of food right now. And it's 5 to 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and so still have a couple more hours to burn before the concert. Yeah, I don't know how early I should be lining up, because last time when I did the Candlelight Processional, they still had a bit of a line, a queue. So I mean, if you want to get really like upfront and personal, you probably still have to queue up fairly early here. So anywho, we'll dodge some crowd here and head back. Let me, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, because I think I made the mistake of going back to this side of the World Showcase. I could have just gone back from the other side and exit through UK, but for whatever reason, I decided to turn around. So now that we're back this way, I might as well check out what Frozen's line is. If it's not too bad, I might ride it, and then see what's next, and maybe go find a place to sit down and take a break. Although I really don't need to. I've been sitting and eating this whole entire time and eaten a lot of food. So we are back to Japan now, and then let's see about Frozen. Oh, I don't know. Is this the line for the dining reservations? 3.5 hours? Seriously? Yeah, that looks like it. Whoa, these people are committed. That's crazy. Do I want to do this? Do I want to hop in line for 3 hours? Definitely not. I don't know. Because usually the standby queue is on the other side, but I don't see people queuing up in the standby line. That is insane that they're already thinking about queuing up. I mean, it is Boyz II Men tonight, so they are popular. That's definitely one of the most popular shows here. But, I mean, come on. The American Garden Theater is pretty large. So usually they are able to accommodate most people. Oh, okay. I'm actually starting to be very glad that I got that dining package. I did ask some of the guests that are just standing over there if they're in line for the concert. They're like, no. They're waiting for the funnel cake. I was like, okay, thank goodness. Because the whole point of getting a dining reservation is so that I don't have to wait in line for 3 hours. That is absolutely insane. Okay, so we're gonna resume our original plan and then head on over to Norway. I bet you Frozen is probably pretty busy anyways as it is, so I might as well just wait in line for Frozen. And after that should pretty much get us to maybe like right around then, a couple hours left. Do a couple more things and come back here. Definitely want to try to get here maybe 45 minutes earlier at least, just so that, we're not relegated to like the really back of the reserve area. But that is for sure the queue, the standby queue, and then people are already queuing up here. So, okay, well, we'll see. We'll definitely test out the actual value of this dining package, because I was so like, holy moly, people are committed.
1 hour later.
Frozen Ever After done. That wasn't so bad. So I clocked it from the time I stood in line to the time I went through the mixing bowl area where they mixed the lightning lane folks and the standby folks. It was 34 minutes and 44 seconds. So that is not horrible. It was posting around 55. Frozen is kind of hit or miss. I feel like more often than not, the posted wait time is a little bit overestimated than the actual wait time. That ride also is pretty prone to breakage. So sometimes it can be pretty bad. So anyway, that wasn't bad. But yeah, I got to see the weird face and neck issue. Anna definitely had a way darker neck than her face, so they are doing something about it. They will bring the fully articulated animatronics here to EPCOT, so I cannot wait. If I can't find a footage from Hong Kong, I'm really bad about organizing my stuff, but if I can find them, I will kind of put them side by side so you can tell the difference. It is quite stark, especially Elsa too. I really like her articulated face when she's pushing the bow backwards with her magic. So that was about an hour exactly exactly since the last time I think I checked in. It's almost 3 o'clock, so why don't I head back out to the American Garden Theater area to see what the situation is. I mean, from afar you can kind of see the crowd already. I don't know if that's the queue or just really busy November day here. I think it's kind of like, this is a lingering Halloween crowd that's still here, and plus the weather is way more pleasant than when it's in the summertime, so, and even, you know, late fall time, so I don't blame it. But hopefully, I mean, it's also a weekend, so hopefully tomorrow on a Monday it'll be a lot better. But it's quite busy, and then, you know, food and wine generally is also kind of a busy time around of the year as well. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to the American Experience Pavilion, American Garden Theater, to see what we've got over there. Yeah, when I was walking by, there was already a line that was forming for just the standby guests wanting to catch the first show at 5:30. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to wait too long just because, you know, I don't know what the point is, but if you have that little ticket to get to your show, make sure you keep that, because last time I remember the cast members did check it very, very vigorously. Well, there you have it. This is the crowd waiting for the concert. Oh yeah, this line has extended by quite a lot since the last time I was here, so yay. All right, well, this is a standby line, so let us head on over to the other side and check out the dinner reservation situation. I mean, if it's really bad, I may just stand in line or sit in line or whatever for a bit. Wow.
I decided to just sit in line and wait. It is 3:20, so on an hour and 40 minutes or so until show time. No, my gosh, I can't do math. It's like over 2 hours of wait, but I really don't feel like doing anything else. I'm just gonna wait. Technically, I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a dining package almost, since I'm here like 2 hours early, but I do want to get a pretty good seat, so I think they're going to prioritize the dining package individuals over the standby guests who are queued up around the bend already. So, all right, if you don't get enough seats, I guess show up early, but I know that you're guaranteed a seat if you have the dining package, and cast members generally let you know that, you know, 45 minutes is probably plenty to get in, so, well, at least I get to sit down and just rest up a little bit. And yeah, I kind of don't feel like walking around the showcase a lot, so I'm just gonna sit here, be patient, and wait my turn.
2 hours later.
Enjoy the show. On the left side. Left side. Left side.
All right, after about hour and a half of waiting, we're finally getting seated. It's about 45 minutes before showtime. So this is kind of the preferred seating area. Pretty close to the stage for sure, yeah. I think I'd rather be further in center. So yeah, last time when we were here, we were like way back there, standby. But this is pretty good. This is definitely pretty good seats. Not front and center, but those people had to wait another 3 hours on top of it. So, all right, we're finally getting seated. And those are the standby people that are waiting. Oh my gosh. such a crowd right outside of the American Garden Theater. I am almost in Italy, and the standby line is out to here for the 6:45 p.m. performance. I am so glad that I switched to the 5:30 because, you know, by that point there was not a lot of. I mean, it was a crowd. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as crazy as it is out here. I mean, that is the line for standby. And some of those people might be standing by for the 8:30. I don't know, but that is absolutely nuts. But I get it. The Boyz II Men, they were, I mean, the energy was crazy. It was a very short concert. It was only 30 minutes. And they just sang, you know, they did a little bit of introduction and pretty much sang the whole entire time. I'm just trying to get out of here. Out of World Showcase without being completely stampede on, but no, it was definitely worth it. And honestly, obviously I didn't really reap the benefit of our dining package because I literally stood in line for about two hours or so. I think they let people in about 45 minutes before the concert to let people into the seats. Our seats were pretty good. It was third row, sort of to the stage, I think stage left, I guess, and or right. I can never tell. You let me know if I'm using the terminology wrong. But I'm glad I did that because there's, you know, the preferred seating area is still towards the front, and but you know, there when by the time we were walking into the concert hall, I mean, or the amphitheater, the dining package line for our show was wrapped around the corner too, so that was pretty crazy. So anyway, I'm glad. Oh my gosh, we're in Germany now, and the line is still. I'm assuming that's still the line. That's cool. That is insane. I mean, Boyz II Men they're great. They're a very popular group. So, like I said, on days like today, if you don't want to wait in the line for like hours on end, a dining package might actually be worth it. You know, I talked about the value of the dishes themselves, but then on top of that, you get the guaranteed dining. So that might add a little bit of extra to it. So. Okay, well, I'm just slowly making my way out of Future World. I probably should have gone the other way, but then there's a whole crowd that was rushing that side out to the Canada side. So I don't know. I'm gonna go the way of Mexico. All right, I'm gonna try to not get myself destroyed over here. So I'll catch you up in a little bit.
And we got
I think I made it out of the World Showcase relatively unscathed. So now, before we head home, I think there's one more thing I need to do. So Spaceship Earth has just come back from a rather lengthy refurbishment. I don't think they've done anything new. It could just be touch-up paints and stuff like that. So, you know, I think that's probably one of the lower wait times right now. Guardians is looking at a 135-minute wait. I'm okay on that. Last time I checked, as I was walking by here trying to not get stomped on, Spaceship Earth, I think it's posting at a 15 minutes, so that is not too bad at all. So why don't we do that and then call it a night? Yeah, no, each of the Beats concert series dining package, honestly, yeah, I mean, the fact that you have guaranteed seating, that is definitely an added value for sure, because I just showed you the standby line. That was insane. I mean, we were talking Germany and beyond at that point. So, you know, seats, if you're like, well, I waited there for, you know, a good hour, half, 2 hours, but even if you show up maybe 45 minutes early or before the show, I still think you are definitely gonna get a seat, and then a decent seat in the middle chunk area. You might be a little bit further back, so it's at least you're not gonna be missing the show for sure. So that is a plus for me. Okay, I'm gonna try to head on over to Spaceship Earth, and yeah, it's been a couple of months, I want to say, that they've been down. But check her out. How pretty is she?
Pero los tenistas, que como decían, todas ellas tienen una solución. sido a Primera Nacional, agradezcanselo a los felices. Ellos en 1450, Gutenberg inventa la imprenta de tipos móviles, pero vemos el potencial. Es el futuro.
So, Spaceship Earth. I don't think the refurbishment did something too dramatic. Maybe it's just me, but I think the Renaissance era sceneries are a little brighter. But it was kind of funny because our time machine, our vehicle stopped right when the guy was falling asleep transcribing something. So just hear him snoring the whole entire time. No, yeah, so with Spaceship Earth, Mike and I like to listen it to in different languages. So today I did it in Spanish because this is really, I'm so embarrassed to say that I actually studied many years of Spanish. I cannot say a word, it's terrible. But because we know the context from English, from our Dame Judi Dench's narration, I can kind of pick out some words and sort of follow what's going on in the Spanish narration. Anyways, so I think today was a really fairly long day. I was listening to the guy snoring over there and I was like, oh, that's exactly how I feel right now. So I think we're gonna head on out of EPCOT. Hopefully you found my experience with the dining experience, the Eat to the Beat concert dining series at Shiki-Sai to be helpful. I mean, at the end of the day, with all these things, your mileage will absolutely vary. It just depends on your budget, depends on, you know, if you want to prioritize the performance, the popularity of the performance, and the food, the price point of the food. So to me, I actually thought that today it was worth it to me just because the food is excellent, and then if you did it a la carte, I think we discussed a little bit that if you pick them individually and then added them together, it would have been more, discount notwithstanding, I guess. And the calculation could be a little bit tricky there, but give or take, again, if you're not a big eater, if you don't want to eat the full meal, all 4 courses, and include the alcoholic beverage, it might not be worth it. But because today was a very busy and popular concert day, even though I waited, I got a really good seat, I felt like, and then I'm sure as the dining package participants, you will always be able to be guaranteed a spot, but it might be back there. So that's a lot of factors you have to consider, but whew, Spaceship Earth is doing something back there. She's lighting up. Okay, anyways, so like I said, mileage may vary, but hopefully you found this to be helpful. We did a bunch of things. We saw some of the rides before or after refurbishment. So yeah, by the time you hopefully see this video, Remy will be going through some renovation. The next time around, we will be going through something a little bit new or something a little bit different. So we'll have to come back and check that out. All that said, thanks so much for following along today. I will see you in our next one.